Hello, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to initialize single dimensional arrays in Java. So, let's get started. In the previous session, I explained how to create a single dimensional array. There are two ways of creating the single dimensional array. In that, I will use the preferred way of creating the single dimensional array going ahead. Okay. So, in the previous session, I explained how to create a single dimensional array. So in order to create a single dimensional array, first we need to declare that array. Okay, let's say AR is array. I want to declare that like this. This is one way of declaring the single dimensional array. So declaration part is over. To this particular declared array, I want to assign the object of the array like this. New int square bracket, and here if I want to store 6 elements into this array, I'll give the size of the array as 6 here. So this is a statement that is required for us to write for creating a single dimensional array. This is one example of creating a single dimensional array. Now into this particular array, I can store up to 6 elements, 6 values or 6 data I can store. But how to do that? We are going to learn that as part of initializing the single dimensional array in this session. Fine. So let's move on to the practical demonstration, guys, for that. And here I'm going to create a new file, demo3. In this, I'm going to create the main method. First, I'm going to declare the array. Let's say integer array type I will declare. Okay. And to this, I will assign the object of the integer array like this. So this is a statement, okay? And here we need to specify the size of the array. If I am giving 6 as the size of the array, into this array I can store more than one element, that is up to 6 elements I can store, okay? This is a statement for creating a array, okay? This is a statement that is required for us to write for creating a single dimensional array in Java, which is of integer array type. The moment I create this array, guys, the moment I create an object, you see, using the new keyword, I am creating an object for this array in the computer memory. Let's assume that this is a computer memory. In this computer memory, some memory will be allocated to this array. Okay. In this computer memory, some memory will be allocated to this particular array. Here, the size of the array is 6, right? This particular memory which got allocated for this, okay? So here an object got created for this array. Let's say object 1. When I am saying new int of 6, right? The moment I create an object for this array, in the computer memory, some memory got allocated for this array object. And now, since the size of the array is 6, this particular memory which got allocated to this particular array object can be divided into 6 partitions, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because size of the array is 6, right? Whatever the memory that got allocated for this array in the computer memory got, okay, got 6 slots because the size of the array is 6. Because the size of the array is 6. And here you need to understand one more concept, guys. Before I initialize or assign some data into this array, that is 6 sets of data into this array, before I do that, you need to understand a concept known as indexing concept, okay? The moment this kind of memory is allocated to this array and in that there are 6 slots because the size of the array is 6. Now you need to understand the next concept here is indexing concept. For arrays, the indexing will start with 0, guys. Okay, the first slot will have the index as 0. The second slot will have the index as 1. Third slot will have the index as 2. The fourth slot will have the index as 3. Fifth slot will have the index as 4. And sixth slot will have the index as 5. So 0 to 5. The size of the array is 6. So starting slot will have the index 0 and the last slot will have the index as size minus 1, that is 6 minus 1, that is 5 will be the index of the last slot of the, okay, last slot of the array memory. Fine. So this is what is indexing, guys. This is what is indexing. Now if I want to initialize or store data into this array, I need to store into these 6 slots having the index 0. First slot is having the index 0, second slot index 1, third slot index 2, fourth slot index 3, fifth slot index 4, sixth slot index 5, like that, okay? Now if I want to store into the first slot, I have to store like this. The name of the array is AR, and after the AR you put square bracket. In that square bracket, in between that square bracket, you have to provide the index. If I want to store the data into the first slot, your index of the first slot is 0, right? I have to give AR of 0 is equal to, you give some value, let's say 9. The moment I assign 9 into this AR of 0 here, 9 will get stored here, guys. Okay, 9 will get stored here into the first slot of the in the computer memory. Whatever the memory that got allocated into that array, in that array's memory's first slot, the 9 will be stored, because at the index 0 I'm storing, okay, the slot having the index 0 I'm storing 9. So here we are initializing the first slot of the array with the 9 value. Then AR of 1, okay, in the array AR is the object reference, which is, okay, here AR is a object reference, which is referring to the memory location where the memory got allocated for this object, which got divided into 6 slots. First slot is having the index 0. So hope you are able to understand right now. Now coming to the next one, here I'll write AR of 1 is equal to, I'll write 5. AR of 2 is equal to, I'll write 3. AR of 3 is equal to, I'll write 7. AR of 4 is equal to, I'll write 1. AR of 5. You see last index is 5 only, right? Up to 5 only is possible. 5 is equal to, I'll write 2. Now what will happen if I write like this? AR of 0 is equal to 9. 9 already got stored. Now AR of 1 is equal to 5. 5 will be stored in the index 1 position of this memory slot of the array in the computer memory. Now in the index, at the index 2 slot, the data 3 will be stored. At the index okay, at the index 3 slot, data 7 will be stored. Now at the index 4 slot, 1 will be stored. At the index 5 slot, data 2 will be stored. Okay, like this we can initialize the array elements. So there are 6 elements, right? I have initialized 6 elements. Okay, I have stored 6 elements into this particular array with the help of the index of the array. With the help of the index of the array, I'll be able to initialize the array elements with more than one value. That means into this particular array, here I didn't store only one data. Here I stored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this example. Okay. Now I'll do that practically here. AR of 0 is equal to 9. Okay. Into the at the index 0 slot of the array, I am storing 9. AR of 1, 5. AR of 2. At the AR of 2, let's say I'm 3. Okay. AR of 3, I'm storing 7. AR of 4, I'm storing 1. AR of 5, I'm storing 2. Like this. Okay. Here in the first statement, we have created an array. Creating single dimensional array. This is. Now here we are initializing the single dimensional array. Initializing the single dimensional array. Okay, we were able to store 6 elements into this single dimensional array. Okay, you see in Java, a variable can store only one value, but an array can store more than one value because of this concept known as indexing concept. Here in Java, as part of arrays, we have a concept known as indexing, because of which into a single array, I can store multiple data. Okay, here whatever the size is there, that many number of data I can store into this particular array. Okay, into this array, I'm storing single dimensional data, guys, for now. So hope guys you understood how to initialize the single dimensional arrays in Java. Theoretically and practically, hope you got the idea. Now in the next session, I'm going to show you how to access, okay, how to access the data which is stored into this array. How to do that, I'm going to cover in the next session. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.